As you can see, these were some of the proposed lands for uh, establishment of a Jewish country or a Jewish land. Uh, these places are not harsh for them. They could send them in northern, in China, in this particular place, Gribovich. They have a whole study in regards to that. And this was before establishment of Israel. If they wanted to live in peace and harmony and have a blast of their time having a completely free country without any problem, it was available. It was available in North America, it was available in South America, it was available in Australia, it was available in between Russia and China. It was there were a lot of lands. The land of God is very vast and it can be populated quite easily.
Sid, sorry to cut you, but what's the source of this document and what is this document exactly? Because is it old newspaper clipping or what exactly this is?
It's a old, as you can see, ये AGS लाइब्रेरी WM मिलवाके ये एक न्यूज़ क्लिपिंग है उस जमाने की यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं इसकी सोर्स वहाँ ऊपर लिखी हुई है 1945 की ये सोर्स है दिस इज proposed paper in 1945 अगर आपको स्क्रीन पे नजर आ रहा हो आई विल ट्राई टू फोकस अ लिटिल बिट मोर ऑन इट there with the signatures and the source of it UW Milwaukee के अंदर ये मतलब propose किया गया था and there were many others so it's not something out of the blue source of it if I will expand onto it published by Joseph Hector ये उनका जो सा एग्जैक्ट सोर्स जो है तो यहाँ पे आपको नजर आ रहा है if it is visible to all of you
Okay, thank you, Sid. Thank you.
yeah. So yeah next question Shadi.
Gigi, Likin, what exactly is the point in regards to this? What were you trying to say? I didn't get that.
The point was that the reason why Israel is where it is because of religious grounds. That's the whole point of it. The promised land that was mentioned in Ezekiel, the promised land that was mentioned in Genesis, the whole story in regards to the people
No,
of
but
Moses.
if, for example, forget the conflict for a second. If we just look at it from the religious perspective of the Jews, wouldn't you say, like, if, for example, Muslims were put in same conditions where Mecca and Medina was now inhabited by people of a different religion, and I'm trying to be completely non-biased when I ask this question, being from a Muslim background and being a Muslim. Uh, don't you think Muslims around the globe, wherever they would be, would basically want some kind of affiliation or some kind of access at will to their holy land?
Shaji, it is impossible for Muslim rulers to deny access to the Jews to that land. We are compelled by orders from people that are much more revered, that hold whose words uh, hold much more importance than any political leader who would call himself Muslim alive today. The promises that were made by the Prophet, the promises that were made by the four rightly guided caliphs, they stand still today for all of us. As a Muslim, no Islamic leader has the right whatsoever to deny access to that land for the Jews. So, if we are thinking that uh, if Muslims rule that land, they would somehow restrict or deny access to Christians or Jews to that land, the first person who would fight against them would be me and you, actually, any educated Muslim, because we are not allowed that. We are specifically ordered to not do that. And when it comes to the scenario, if the people of Makkah and Medina just naturalistically converted from Islam to some other religion, a human approach would be preaching. Our first response, if we are educated, civilized, faithful people, we should believe in our faith. Our first response should be preaching. Our first response should be to revert those people back to Islam. Our first response cannot be if and only if the people who are already living there just leave Islam. We do not hold the right to attack them.
But
And
what do you
actually,
mean
we
leave Islam? I really don't understand. You've said that, repeated that
the,
two or
the,
three
the,
times,
the, hypo-
and I'm
the
really trying
hypothetical
to dig what you're trying to say, but I don't really understand.
the hypothetical that you gave me, Shadi, was what should be the response of Muslims if we are in that situation that in Mecca and Medina people become non-Muslims. There are two
Mm,
ways of doing that. The first way would be that non-Muslims invade Mecca and
mm,
Medina, in which case it would be perfectly reasonable for all the Muslim countries to repel that attack and to fight against them if
mm,
the scenario is that, and which, by the way, is written down in our books as well.
mm,
Somebody from Ethiopia is indeed going to come and destroy Mecca. It's going to happen according to our books.
mm.
In which case, a reasonable response would be to fight them back. But in the scenario, uh, in the hypothetical that the people of Mecca and Medina just leave Islam, we cannot have the right to attack them. Those are the
But
indigenous
but
people
you
of that
do
land.
but you do realize, even though some of them were inhabitants, there was a period in the Ottoman Empire when it was in decline. They were selling a lot of properties to these same Jewish people as well. Are
Yes,
you aware of that?
yeah, but do you think that those Jewish people are the people that have made
Yeah, that's what
Israel
kick-started this movement. If you realize
kick-started it?
the Balfour Agreement, what was it based upon? That there is this new phase of enlightenment and this eagerness to go and move to the Holy Lands, and the Ottoman Empire allowed it, and we should make it official. And because this eagerness is there, there might be a way where these people can come in. But I'm not saying it's justified, but we have to look at it in terms of history. We have to like conduct it in a way. We have to converse about it. That which parties went wrong where. So there were local issues as well. If you understand where I'm coming from.
No,
So the
I'm
Muslims
not
who
saying that
were
they were
ruling at the
not.
time, they're the ones who started this. They're
And
the ones who open those doors. So it's very similar, I would say, to Western countries who've now provided nationalities and opened immigration for a slightly different in various ways. We can work on the intricates. The intricates might be different, but it's a similar kind of a movement to how Western countries, to begin with, uh, provided immigration and then nationalities to various people. And today you've got immigrants of all kinds of backgrounds in the United Kingdom, in the USA, and in the EU. Now, the issue is, if, for example, they started providing that, then that channel was open. It was just not very well managed. Do you understand? And then the Second World War came in the middle, and after the First World War, everyone knows how the Ottoman Empire like had finished, anyways. So it kind of left that entire land